Everyone, so this is the project that I have made to help out the community of Boston University. So basically it's a side project that I have made like for all the CS people who is newly entering to computer science and taking up Professor Reza's course. To give just a little bit about of context about this, so Professor Reza has published his own machine learning and algorithms related book, and he has made available some of his chapters on open source. So there are certain chapters which is already available in GitHub, but if we see the GitHub and if we clone it somewhere around, it looks like this. So it's a little bit messy. You can say messy in the sense it's available just as a PDF, and you can just keep scrolling and just you can just go through with the contents. So basically this chapters covered in his generative AI courses, and that is why he has made specific chapters like chapter 3, 8, 9, 10, and 11 open source. So I thought of coming up with an idea to transform all this static PDF into an interactive navigable web reader kind of stuff with per section with a like I'll providing per section AI Q&A where a person can freely ask, or the person who is reading that content can freely ask the AI about that specific content basically. So if I just run in short just to see the demo, so just visit this, go here, paste this, and we can have that same all those content available over here. So basically like if we just see this chapter 3 probabilistic and statistics, if we go in here, like let's say some probability concept, then it renders then all those like the thing which was previously in the PDF, it was like you have to scroll endlessly and you have to just look into that subsection where the basics probability and concepts are mentioned, and then read out through that whole content. So in terms of here, it would be the navigation is easy, and I have used certain tech stacks which I'll be explaining in the later part of the video. But I have used OCR kind of stuff, like I have extracted the images properly and then set up the backend. So like just so this like AI conversational stuff, like in case let's say if I am unable to understand, or if I say the what is professor is trying to say with this statement, let's say like if it is like this, then I can say that let's do one thing, this I can just take it here, put it here, and it's like ask AI, like it's a RAG based implementation that I have implemented specifically to ask topic related doubts. So like here we can go and ask what is professor is trying to explain with this analogy, something like that. If you hit enter, then you can get a AI chat response specific for this. Then you can see that professor is using the analogy to explain the probability independence, like trying to explain what we have set of events, stuff like that. So this is an extra implementation that I have implemented. So if I just show the backend kind of stuff, then we can see. So basically this is a separate database. So I have chunked all those book contents And if a person is having a chat session, then each session is stored in this databases. So basically these two tables are involving that the chat a person is having and the specific book related content. So whenever a query is made, it search for the relevant chunks, fetches, give it to the LLMs, and based on the query it answers your doubt whatever you have like asked. So this kind of implementation that I have implemented in this. So this was a mock-up that I have made. Like it looks like, let me show. Yeah, so this is the kind of mock-up that I have made initially, the how that front end should look, what will be the kind of navigations and stuff like that. So basically the equations which we see over here, like even like there are certain discrepancies. Like I see some of the equations is not properly mentioned, so we are working still on that. This is even like we are actively working on this. So I, along with like one or two members who are actually working on this project. So yeah, like there's still a scope uh, to improve, especially like some of the equations. To like, we have noticed that almost 85 to 90% of mathematical equations or complex equations what that particular book is having is been parsed properly and is been organized. But there are certain issues. So basically these equations what we are seeing at the back end or the infrastructure we have used is some of the latex mathematical based libraries which are available open source, which are rendering it over here. So specifically if I say that in short, the tech stack we have certain layers which has some like content formatting for which we have used MDX, and we use certain kind of um, like latex library, like Ktex is one of it, Shriki is one of it, and Mermaid. And for the PDF extraction, like all this content which was available as a PDF, in order to extract information from the PDF and in order to organize it properly, we have used MIT licensed marker OCR, and it is best for free PDF marker with latex, so it extracts even the equations and all those stuff. And for chunking and storing it, as I told, we have used um, like vector store in Superbase, that is PG vector. And for embeddings we have used Cloudflare Workers AI. So basically if we just go in Cloudflare, we see these are the assets that I have included in R2 service of the Cloudflare. Also we are using Cloudflare Workers AI free tier, like having decent quality, like at least at this point of development. We will think of it like using some robust models, but at this point of time we are using this in these tech stacks. And as orchestration we are using like Vercel AI SDK and stuff like native Next.js streaming. Like for streaming we are using use chat. And as I told, in the database we already have this session memory with like in that session if a person is trying to have some kind of long-term memory, then it has a session based long-term memory. And as I told, assets and hostings, finally we are thinking of hosting on Vercel and stuff like that. So the reason like behind that, specifically for this project we did not uh, go for LangChain or Langgraph of kind of stuff is like with this implementation, it's just like having approximately 50 lines of code. So for our use cases, this was the better option that we thought about. So we were going budget friendly in terms of money is concerned, as this was like some like we're trying to give to the community, and if the community is going to love it further and want an improvement, then probably we can think of having like having some premium infrastructure setup and all the stuff. So as in short, yeah, so those kind of the stuff that we have implemented. And as you see that, like as a book landing, we have this if I go into for book landing, we have this page dot tsx, where it's then entire code for the editorial talk, and the book cover, book cards, all those assets has been, as I told, it's been in Cloudflare and all those stuff. So the I won't go into the detail much of it, like I just wanted to show up how the RAG implementation that I have implemented specifically for uh, delivering this like open source available content of our professor's book to someone who is entering into the university and don't want to go for that endless PDFs, and even sometimes it's even not sometimes, in fact all the time, it is very frustrating to open the PDF and navigate through it. So each and every time you have to just open the new PDF looking for that specific topic and stuff like that. Yeah. And as like AI assistant, like pipeline of AI assistants that I'm showing over here is something of like it extracts the like latest user message, and then along with the optional selected text, like whatever you selected from here, and it generates a query embedding via Cloudflare Workers AI. And that query, from that PG vector, it selects the top 5 chunks by uh, cosine similarity with a threshold of somewhere greater than 0.7, and it boots the current chapter or section, includes the cross chapter results. It has a built-in system prompt with retrieved context, has a stream LLM response, and the LLM which we are using, it's like Llama 3.18 billion, again via Cloudflare Workers AI, and has a persistent exchange to chat session. Yeah, like this is what it is like in terms of we are still into that phase where we are continuously looking to polish it and keep on testing it, and we are looking for some mobile responses, like how it behaves in mobiles, especially, and like things like reading progress, stuff like that, having in some kind of in local storage so that it sees the reading progress. Like yeah, then we are looking into the SEO metadatas of all like book pages and stuff like that. So it's a whole kind of like several other kind of features that we are thinking to implement simultaneously as we go further and further. uh, yeah, so this is what it is like in short, if I say that. And yeah, I hope like we think like we hope like we give good to the community shortly. uh, yeah, and thank you for listening. Yeah, see you then.